Hi students, how are you? Myself Hobik Roy, and here I am here for discussing about a very important topic, and that is overthinking. Okay, so today's question is, how do I stop the overthinking? Okay, because maximum number of persons, they are facing a lot of problems for this overthinking. Okay, so overthinking actually, it is one kind of mental diarrhea. Okay, overthinking, that means you are thinking which is not actually applicable for your mind. Okay, your mind is not ready to think this kind of things. Your mind is ready by which you are identified. Your mind is identified. Okay, so overthinking is one kind of mental diarrhea, just like your physical diarrhea. Okay, physical diarrhea means what? Somehow or somewhere just you have taken some bad foods which the body doesn't want, and that's why your body wants to throw it out. Okay, similarly, mental diarrhea is one kind of diarrhea where the bad thinking used to be coming in your mind, but your mind doesn't want these things, and that's why your mind wants to throw it out. So then your mind and you will becoming stressful, you will be frustrated, you will be actually exhausted, etc., etc. So if you want to stop this overthinking, you need to stop this bad thinking, so that this bad thinking cannot be coming in your mind. Okay, so this type of thinkings which are not fruitful for you, that are supposed to be stopped. Okay, whenever we will have some physical diarrhea, what should be the first step you need to choose as your corrective measure? So firstly, you need to stop eating. Okay, just taking the bad foods, just avoid it. Okay, for some days. Similarly, if you want to stop your overthinking, mental diarrhea, then you need to stop negative thinking. You need to stop bad thinking. So you need to actually stop all the irrelevant thinkings which are coming in your mind, which may be imposed by the society, which may be imposed by the parents, by the guardians, etc., etc. For example, if you take an example that if somebody is getting very good marks in maths, okay, but the other student is actually, some other students are there, those who are not getting that kind of marks in mathematics. So it will be proper if I take an example of biology. Okay, so one particular student, he is not ready to study biology subject, and he or she likes the analytical subjects as well, physics and maths, just like that. But a very immense pressure used to be coming from the parent side, from the society, from everywhere, on that student to study the biology subject as well. Why? Because everyone nowadays, a trend is there, everyone want to become a doctor. So for becoming a doctor, you need to study biology subject, and I have seen many more examples like that. Some students, they are very much dedicated with maths, physics subjects, just type of analytical subjects, but they are completely frightened for their parents, for the societies as well. They are completely frustrated because their parents are not ready. They are just they just want to impose their demand on their children, and they want that their children be a doctor in future, but his or her aim to become an engineer or to study study and taking the majors physics and maths as well. So this thing is happening. So after some time, that particular student used to be facing a lot of problems, and he will become frustrated, stressful. Your mind will be stressful, exhausted. Because what? Because his or her mind is not ready to accept this type of changes. His mind is not identified with this subject as well, because his mind is ready to study physics and maths, the analytical subjects as well. His mind is not ready to study this type of subject, this other type of subjects, biology and chemistry as well. So before you want to stop this overthinking, you need to think positively. You need to stop this negative thinking as well, and always try to remember what you are and who you are. In these two questions, the whole answers, the whole reply is there. That means whatever the discussions is there relating this overthinking, the answer and the replies and each and everything belongs to these two questions: who you are and what you are. If you get the idea about yourself once, all the problems will be eradicated, will be vanished. After some time, your mind will be relaxed. You will not be frustrated. You will not be exhausted, because you are not thinking badly. You are thinking positively here. Okay? So that means if you want to stop the overthinking, that means this mental diarrhea, you need to stop this. You need to stop the thinking which are not useful for the future, and actually try to nourish your present. Okay, just try to think about your present, which are correlated to the future as well. So if you are actually making your present worst, then how can you get the better future? It is not possible. If your present is good, then your future will also be good. If you are thinking about the present days, then you will be successful in the future days also. So remember this thing: if you don't stop the negative thinking, consequently your mind will be stressful, your mind will be overloaded, and that's why you will be tired. Mental diarrhea is equally existing. Mental diarrhea is equally exhausting as the physical diarrhea is. Okay? So, just like your physical diarrhea, stop eating the bad foods. In the mental diarrhea, stop thinking the bad things. Okay? So, in today's speech, the concisely, that means the summary of the discussion is, if you want to stop the overthinking as well, always be positive and always try to figure out the things with which you are identified. That means some individuals, each and every individuals, they are identified with their particular structure, with their particular characters. Everybody just will like to study mathematics. No. Some students will like to study mathematics, and some students they will like to study chemistry, and etc. etc. That means everybody have their individual thinking. Okay. So just try to figure out these things, which are the things are identified for yourself. Okay. And rest of the things, try to disidentify these things. Okay. And don't try to be engaged in that kind of works which are not made for you. Okay. Try to think positively. Try to think whatever you want to do in your future. Try to think whatever the immense pressure is coming from the parents and from the guardians and from the other sources. Just you need to confront these things, because we are the part of the society. We need to confront these things, but don't be frustrated, and don't let the negative thinkings come to your mind. Just try positively, think positive, and just before going to bed at night, close your eyes for 20 seconds and that means with empty mind. Okay. So just practicing these things, I think after some time you will feel relaxed, you will feel glad. Okay. So but before you are doing these things, you need to stop the negative thinking. So if the negative constantly, this negative thinking is coming to your mind, then whatever the damn thing you are doing as your meditation, as the circuses, whatever you are in your mind, this negative thinking will not be stopped. Your mind will be overloaded. The mental diary will be continued. Okay. So just try to disidentify the things which are not related to your life, which are not related to your mind. Okay. Bye and Jai Hind.